please leave us some comments, feedback. We appreciate it. So we'll start off with this one for you, Jones. You just, on these topics, we say a word, whatever comes to your mind, you think about it, and then we give the explanation behind it. Your word today, unforgiven. What do you feel about that word?
Oh, it just automatically makes me think of my favorite Metallica song.
Oh, there you go. The Unforgiven. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You have to be in the right mind frame to listen to that song. In my opinion, even though it's my favorite, it's not something I could listen to every day.
Yeah. Yeah. See, well, I mean, not branching off of your train of thought there, but with Metallica, like, see, there's, you know, you gotta know what you're getting into. You know, it's a lot of their stuff is dark, as most of you guys know if you listen to Metallica. But that song too, especially hits home for Jones because it's basically describing her. Now, you know, what else do you really feel about, you know, that word in general? Do you feel like a lot of people during this time, because they do feel that 100,000 people are going to be divorced and they are going to be separated from their significant other / spouse? Do you feel that the unforgiven to stay home with your significant other has happened and reached for a lot of people?
What do you mean? I don't understand.
Do you think that will be an accurate number when it's said and done?
I don't know. I don't know what is 100,000 out of how many. Like,
well, no, that's what they're estimating. They haven't took the study yet, but I'm saying, do you think that'll be about a?
Well, I think there's definitely going to be an increase in the numbers of, you know, which what do you call it? With divorces and separations and everything else and breakups, but I don't know what that's. I don't know.
Jones, you're stuttering like you're stuttering. I'm asking you a question that's difficult. I think that yes, I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be out of this, and you know, we're on the promo show. We're failing over because we're at 1:45 on this topic. So I'll bounce right into the next one. Gary Bettman. What do you feel about Jones? What do you feel about what he's doing? You think he's going to make it happen? He's going to commit to his word of a 12-on-12 playoff bracket system to give the New York Rangers, an opportunity to get in the playoffs, being that they are the hottest team in hockey since January?
I mean, I think he should.
Okay. Well, I guess they're saying it's going to be about 2 weeks before we find out, or maybe even less than that, maybe 10 days, you know, before we find out what he's going to do. I do believe that we are having clearance to go back to practicing and whatnot, but again, you know, everyone's got to be careful with the social distancing on there. All right, next one, Jones. Here's this one. Scooby-Doo as a new release rental from Amazon, $19.99. But if you want to own it, it's anywhere from $22 to $25. What the fuck is going on with this?
Well, I would say that you'd have to be a moron to rent it at that point, but also I would probably not buy it from Amazon at that point either, because I'd rather spend $1 or $2 more somewhere else if they're gonna charge that much for renting it. I think it's
just absolutely insane. I bought the Impractical Jokers. I know those guys personally. I hope you guys are listening. I really do hope you're listening. Big fan of the show. But I bought the movie and it cost me $20. But now the thing is like I don't mind sharing it. Like with like anybody logs into my account, or like I can watch it right now. I can just hold it up to the window and you can watch it from my car. But the thing is. Like, it was $20 for that. Like, I'm a huge Scooby-Doo fan, and I gotta now wait for this thing to come on, like, my free movie, you know what I mean? Like, it's just fucked up or whatnot. But, alright, last rapid response. This one, this is a touchy subject. We got, in the red corner, we got the Republican. Jones. And then in the blue corner, we got the liberal / Democrat / Deacon himself. Trump, what's your thoughts? What's he doing? What's he doing for the country, Jones? Give the viewers, they all know. They're just waiting for us to say it.
Listen, I voted for Trump.
So did I. Go ahead. Fuck you, Donnie.
I have been
Sorry.
at times disappointed in his behavior and his actions and
Okay.
his words.
All right.
But to be honest with you, I have not been watching the news very often because
It's depressing.
it pisses me off when people are acting like assholes and morons and gonna infect other people, and I can't do the protesters and all that stuff. Like, I can't do it.
Okay. Protesters of what?
Of staying home. Protesters of staying home.
Okay.
They're like in their cars, driving around, honking, protesting, staying home, saying that this is just like the flu.
Yeah.
And that, that there's no reason why we can't be, normal and going out there and doing what we got to do.
Okay. I'm going to leave it at that for the rapid response. And I'm going to tell you what I feel about Trump. And we're just going to go because we're off. We're going to hit the 1 minute 30 second mark on that topic. And I'm glad that you got to share us your opinion on that. Two things that stand out when it comes to Donald Trump. There's two things that Donald Trump did that will defy his presidency. One, I don't really give a fuck if he wants to classify himself, and I heard this on Howard Stern with Tom Brady was on there, that he wants to sit there and he wants to be labeled as this great president, and he wants to be labeled in a category of great presidents, but the only thing that he's going to be put into is a category of dead presidents. That's it. He's going to die like everybody else will, and they're going to forget what he did. Because he did nothing. He has done nothing this time. He could have put in the SAFE Act for work, where he could have administered all these fucking places and manufacturing companies for the ventilators, the medical supplies, all the stuff that we needed, that we could have done to help fight this and prepare. Why are all these other countries that knew about this shit 2 or 3 months ago, that they turned around and they fucking prepared for this and have less cases than we do because this fucking guy couldn't prepare us? That's one, okay? Two, the fact that he just keeps thinking oh yeah, this is all about the polls. Donnie, nobody gives a fuck if you win or lose the fucking polls. We're all worried about our lives here. Nobody gives a fuck about the economy except for you motherfuckers who think you're invincible. And the other thing is with Donald Trump, and I already said that we're getting off the rapid response here. I already said that, yeah, that's in there. So I already said that. You got to understand that this fucking guy is out of his mind completely of telling people false information, starting fights with fucking broadcasting and news people. It's just terrible. The guy doesn't know his hole from his ass. You know what I'm saying? Literally. He's a fucking idiot. He has no power or no position, rather, to be in there.
I thought you were going to go easy on him this week since
I did.
First week.
I did go easy on him.
Really? That was going easy?
I was going easy on him. But I'm going to leave with this train of thought here. That the only thing that really bothers me out of all the fucked up things that he does, be friends with Putin, do you remember, because everybody forgets all this shit, right? His potential impeachment is that whole situation I told you about with the border. With the Iran situation, with the people that they gave the contract now to Russia, and that to me is really where Donald Trump's fall. For me, when somebody asks what is the matter and what is wrong with Trump, that's going to be the first thing that I tell them, besides the fact that he cannot speak and his publicist is a fucking idiot. But end of that topic. Guys, again, if you guys want to donate, want to thank you. I'm going to wrap it up here on this. I want to thank you guys again for listening. If you guys want to donate to the food bank or any type of other organizations to help out, there is also another situation that we do need help and we do need attention to, and that is always the blood shortage. If you guys can donate some blood or plasma or platelets, right?
No, it's plasma.
Plasma? Okay, just making sure, I'm not the medical one here,
Mm-hmm.
So,
if you're antibody positive.
Yes, correct. So, also, I think everybody should get tested if you can. If you have a chance to get tested, get tested. Again, to the food bank, feedingamerica.org. Local blood drives, you should be able to type in, if you're in New York Blood Center, or where you can donate for the American Cross or whatnot. If you guys have somebody for Citizen of the Week, we do want to hear this. There's a lot of people that are doing great things in the community. There's a lot of people that are giving out and doing extra things that they normally wouldn't do because of this time, and we appreciate everyone who's doing so. So in the next coming weeks, if you guys have a Citizen of the Week, please get it to us. let us know, and we'll give them a shout out, some type of prize, some type of recognition, prizes in the future when we get things going on to continue to watch the show, concert shows, movie tickets. We'll have contests and all that kind of cool shit. Jones, anything else you want to say before we say goodbye to the audience for this week, and thank you for listening?
Oh, no, thank you for listening and joining us on this first of many journeys, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys, thank you, and stay safe out there. We're all in this together, and talk to you soon. Deacon and Jones out.